I call this meeting to order of the Lincoln County Board of Education, meeting in regular session on Tuesday, November 7th, 2023 at 7 p.m. And we are at the county office in Hamlin. This time, I'm going to ask Board Member Jody Pastori to lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Pastori.
Thank you.
It brings us to the public comment section. We have two people signed in to speak. Donna Martin and I can't talk any louder. I will shut the door and see how that works, or unplug it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Donna Martin, would you come forward? You have the podium. Under the open meeting laws, and I will address this to Principal Mounts as well. The board cannot comment on what you have to say during the time period that you're there. You have 3 minutes to make your statement and we'll listen, but we just can't comment.
Speak to you minutes. And at first I thought I would be on the agenda, and then I was informed yesterday that I would not be on the agenda. So,
Well, I think the reason for that, Donna, was that we had 3 nights of hearings, and tonight was not going to be a night of a hearing. Tonight was the night of the decision. And so we weren't going to entertain any more hearings tonight. Okay, I'm going to start your 3 minutes.
county will not be, the budget will not be in deficit. I'm still unclear after talking to Mr. Barnett and Mr. Davis yesterday, but thank you for talking to me, about whether the kids will get to go where they choose to go and how that will affect bus routes and whether you have to add bus drivers. And I do not have my answers back in written form. And it was not answered about what is the number and percentage of children attending Ranger School that are already exceeding the state recommended one-way travel time, and what would be that number after the school is closed. Those were not answered in any way. So, and I would like to show you something. The school has been there at that site. A school has been on that site for 104 years. Okay, according to the State Department, I looked that up. And I want to show you in 1928, this was the school population, and that little girl that has her face circled is my mother in 1928. Also, this is what the school, the other building looked like. Okay.
On the same.
This is the original school. This is the original school. So I'll show you this to show you and reemphasize that this is not just a matter of numbers and percentages to us. This is our history, our culture, a part of our community. And most of those years, I have had either an immediate family member or an extended member attending this school. So I want to appeal to you on that level also. Yeah. And I think I didn't get 5 minutes arranging, but that's neither here nor there. But other people were given additional minutes. Sometimes you didn't notice how many minutes you were given, but I would like to be afforded the same opportunity in the future. And do you have any questions for me? Any comments?
Not allowed to.
I'm not sure about that, but
I am.
that's another day.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that's
am sure
another
about
day.
that.
Thank you. Ms. Mounts. Same thing holds true that I told Donna. And Donna left me with 20 seconds, so let me start all over again here. And we're ready.
All the statistics that I gave you in those documents. And I know you say it's all over the county. All over the county doesn't directly affect me. The little community of Ranger, those 72 babies, those babies affect me. Affect me, the whole 9 yards. That community's where I live. Those children, if they get split up from the people that they have made connections with, they get split up from the friends that they have, and they go the different ways. Their identities are going to be damaged for the rest of their life because they have created a connection with somebody to help them to flourish in life. If nothing else, think of your own personal children and grandchildren. If you put in this situation and you had a 4-year-old coming to Ranger that was in preschool and was on a bus for 45 minutes, one way, how would you feel? Would you want that for your child? Those kids up there are not just children to me, they're mine. Ask these boys and Roz. You ask them, they'll tell you, Miss Christina is here and she will fight for us no matter who it is. And Janet can tell you, if I thought Janet was doing something wrong, I'd be the first to stand up and tell Janet, that's not right. Don't do that. That's how personal this is to me. And I know it doesn't matter to you that it's personal to me. I know you've all been in the system. You've all made friends. You've all done all this and that. I've been at Ranger over 20-some years of my career, probably 25, be exact. There's a connection there with me personally as well. I love that community. I love those children. And my biggest fear is that school closing and those children not having a home identity and not having somebody that they can go to and trust and say, good morning, I love you. I'm glad to see your face this morning. I know that happens other places. But there's a difference when it's a connection, it's sincere, it's from the heart. Dana's known me for I don't know how long, but she's known me forever too. I'm not talking something that I don't walk every day. If I talk it, I walk it. And that school is my world. Those children are my world. Think about it personally from your baby's point of view. If you had to put your baby on a bus 40 minutes, and the problem is, I had one get sick today. No way home. No way home. Had one I had to ride the bus with today because he didn't want to go home.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Here for Robin. Okay, with that, we have a presentation by our Hamlin PRO officer, Jennifer Hunt. Jennifer, would you come forward and tell us about your duties as PRO? Because we're not entirely sure.
In classes. I position myself at the elevator where I can, see both hallways and pay attention to all the students. I also spend both lunches at the cafeteria area every day. And then when the kids are in class, I do a safety walks throughout the hallways and the building and stuff. I do handle all the criminal incidents that happen at the school. And I also work with the state police and the sheriff's department because some of the incidents, you know, they happen outside of my jurisdiction, so I have to get them involved. And then I direct traffic every day, and it takes about approximately 30 minutes. So it's pretty much about it, though. Oh, and then I do, you know, interact with the kids, ask them how their day, you know, is going and stuff like that. So pretty much about it.
Most important time.
Um,
It's the most important time when you interact with the kids.
Talk about that a little bit, elaborate on that a little bit, because I've seen you do that, you know, with other students over there and you talk about them. So talk about what you do with those older students, how you interact with them.
It's not me, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just talking to them as much as I can, you know, get
Gotcha.
them
I
to feel
I gotta
comfortable.
brag on her a little bit. That's a Lee County High School graduate from our law enforcement
Yeah.
safety class. But do you get a chance to, like to go to ball games and stuff like that? You go to those also? You know, like outside the school day, you sometimes go to ball games and.
We actually have another.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Back there. Thomas.
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah, I try to attend all the ball games I can, if I'm not busy doing something else.
Yeah, this is Thomas
A lot of
Lucas.
Football games I've been to at the moment, I even go to middle school games every time I can. So I just try to make an appearance best of known.
So Thomas, were you also involved in the law and public safety course?
Now I was.
But now you had Captain Lawrence, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I love it.
You know, Jennifer, your previous or your predecessor, that used to be the PRO officer over there.
Oh,
Yeah, the school or the county, whoever was, had him pretty much as probably another assistant principal. And this board has not felt that was the appropriate use of a PRO officer. When we had the meeting at LCHS with the principal, they assured us that several of you had met and got that ironed out.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
you feel comfortable with that role that you're in? Okay, good, good.
We had that conversation at your first day there with Mr.
Yeah.
Atkins and you and me and him. Just that's not the role. The role is not to be the other disciplinarian. I mean, there are going to be times when you have to intercede in things and intervene in things, but by and large, your role is to be a presence there, and just to, you know, I know in Cabell I had a great PRO at the Career Center, and he, you know, his role, he would go down and weld with the kids. He would go down and do, you know, a little bit of everything, and just to, you know, let them know that, you know, that uniform doesn't always equal bad. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Right.
Paying attention. All I do is walk around all the time. I'm always out.
All right.
Good.
Jennifer,
Thank you.
any board have any other questions? Jennifer, thank you so much. And Thomas, thank you all. We appreciate what you do for us over there. We would like to have more, but unfortunately we can't, but thank you for what you do. That brings us to the administrative section of the meeting. Is there any discussion on any of the administrative items, A through, lost here, A through, I don't have an H. I'm missing a page.
Oh, yeah.
A through E.
A through E.
A through E,
Yeah.
okay. Administrative items, A through E. Is there any discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval. Snyder,
I'll second.
Burns, all in favor of approving administrative items, say aye. Any opposed? None. Finance section. Any discussion?
Motion to approve.
Story makes the motion to approve finance. Wilson seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'd like to skip down to personnel. No, personnel schedule, which is A under 8A. Any discussion on personnel schedule? That's the items on the blue sheet. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Story, who second?
Dang.
Snyder second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's unanimous. Takes us back up to the one that people are here for, the closure approval. Mr. Barnett, what happens after this vote?
After this vote, regardless of income or outcome, I take everything that we talked about, all of your statements, everything gets transcribed. And then I send all that along with any written correspondence I've had. And I did get some the last two meetings. I've got some written correspondence. All that goes together in a packet and goes to the West Virginia State Board. And then they review that. And then my understanding is that meeting will be December 14th when the West Virginia State Board will make a decision. If the vote is no, then it won't be on the agenda. If it's yes, then it will be. Yes, ma'am.
We'll proceed.
Yeah, it's just everything you all said. But yeah. Yeah, I'm sending everything you said, everything I could write down quickly enough. Yeah. I've answered that twice.
Same.
Yes.
Anything else? Okay, with that, I make the motion to approve the closure of Ranger Elementary. Do I have a second?
Second.
Story makes the second. All those in favor of closure, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
No.
No.
Let the record show that Bell, Pastorium, Wilson voted yes, and Burns and Snyder voted no, and the motion passes. It will be referred on to the state. At this time, we will be going into executive session to discuss personnel and student disciplinary measures. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
The story makes the motion.
Second.
Wilson makes the second to go into executive session. The time is 7:18. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And unfortunately, folks, we meet in this room for executive session. We probably will be back out 20 to 30 minutes, I would think. I wouldn't think any more than 30. So with that, we will adjourn the regular session, move into We are back in regular session. No decisions were made in executive session and no votes were taken. We had a motion by Pastori. No, pardon me. We had a motion by Wilson and second by Pastori to return to regular session at 7:37. And all in favor of returning to regular session, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And we're here. Okay. Under employee discipline, item A, ratification of suspension of service personnel. I need a motion and a second to ratify the previously imposed 2-day suspension from October 31st, November 1st, without pay of a service employee.
So moved.
Wilson makes the motion.
Second.
Snyder seconds. And the employee is
Charlene Ramey.
Charlene Ramey. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And none. Under student discipline, in accordance with West Virginia Code 18A-5-1A and 61-7-2 and West Virginia Department of Ed Policy 4373, student A shall be expelled from Lincoln County Schools. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Pastori makes the motion.
Second.
Snyder seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Brings us down to the comments and concerns sections. Duval update.
We have the actual, pre-bid meeting for demolition is Thursday at 2:00 at the old site. Then the bids are due the following Thursday,
What date would that be?
the 16th.
Okay.
Is that right? The bids are due that day. So in reality, I mean, with weather being like it is, and it's, not as inclement to tear down something, they could realistically start working very soon on clearing that property.
Okay, let me walk through this again. Today is the 7th. Thursday is the 9th.
Yes, sir.
And the following, we bid it out on the 9th.
Yeah.
No, we
Pre-bid on the 9th.
pre-bid to inspection on the 9th.
Mhm.
The 16th is the
The bids are due
actual
back.
bid day.
Yeah.
That's the day we're asking for bids to come in, or we
Correct.
put it out to bid?
That's the day they come back.
They come back. to
Come
us.
back,
When will
okay.
it be awarded?
Now, who approves this? Us or
Right.
the school board authority?
No, this would be us,
That's-
when they do the bid opening.
Okay, now, the money that's involved in paying for this,
We're
Yeah.
being reimbursed through the SBA.
Okay.
and what if the SBA doesn't approve this project?
They're the ones who gave us the green light to do it, to do the demolition.
Okay, so this demolition that we're gonna pay for initially will be
correct.
reimbursed.
Bid is due on the 16th.
Yeah.
When will
Yes.
it be awarded whenever we vote on it?
We'll do it. There'll be a bid opening. I'm not sure of that date yet. That's what Austin took off on me.
It'll be after the 16th.
Yeah, it'll be after the 16th.
Well, in order to expedite this,
December 23rd.
Yeah,
we've got Thanksgiving coming up.
yeah.
23rd, we meet.
We meet on the
November-
23rd.
November The 23rd.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we,
The 23rd would be on a Thursday.
Let me text Austin and find out.
okay, so we would meet the 21st, which is 5 days later. Could we approve all that and get all that ready to go to the state?
Well, Robin's not on the, well, Robin doesn't need a particular, she just needs to put the item on the agenda.
Yeah, she puts it on there and then you
You can
can,
do it.
and we can kind of do it faster and get it rolling.
When is bid opening for demolition?
I got more confidence in her than us.
Absolutely.
If the bids come in on the 16th, we ought to open them on the 16th.
David, I think that's a good idea. We need we need to say that to everybody. I mean, here, that we need to be
Oh,
here.
that's
to do
why I
that.
did it.
Move it along as fast as we can.
Here we go.
If they're here, Frank, as David says, by the 16th, could we not?
I'll ask Austin that question.
Okay,
Austin, do we have bid opening scheduled the same day that bids are received?
or like if they're due back here by the
You
16th.
don't care what it is. Yeah, well, yeah.
That in my pocket before we lose it.
He might be driving, so
Yep,
it may take him a little bit. I'll find that out and get back with y'all.
okay.
on
Where's
that.
Austin live?
Over on, near me, actually,
Oh, okay.
over across near Milton. You know where Zor Church is over there?
Jerry knew that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, over where Zor
Yeah.
Church is.
I'll just repeat on that, that we need to expedite this as fast as we can. Jody's gonna be gone at some point, I don't remember the days, but we need to get that ball rolling before Thanksgiving.
As early as we can.
Okay, anything else on Duval update?
Pre-bid the 9th, bid the 16th at the central office. That is the opening. That's when they'll come in.
Okay,
So,
16th Central Office.
Yep.
What time, Frank, you know?
What time would that be?
Probably close of business.
I'd like to kind of know a little bit about what they're bidding. Over what we have or whatever.
Two PM. It's policy. Bids are due at a certain time and open and read aloud at that time. 2 PM.
Okay. Well, nothing's gonna get done from Friday, and a regular meeting is on Tuesday. So we can probably just have it on the regular meeting. And so Robin can, well, gotta be on the agenda anyway, so Robin will have it on there on Tuesday.
Okay.
For us to accept. Never thought I'd be happy to see something torn down. Okay, brings us to the bus driver incentive proposal. Any discussion?
I'm talking with, there's a certain way we'll have to do this, and Leslie Tyree's working on it for me. I don't know about I don't know, a sign-on bonus is probably easy to do. A retention bonus, probably not so much. I think that's where we'll get hung up with the rest of the service personnel union. So I'm having Leslie look into that with me, because I know other counties have done sign-on bonuses. I've got some feelers out there to figure out how they did it and exactly how it was worded, so we can make sure we do this the proper
Maybe get a
way.
copy of it and let her look at it too.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, you know, from my standpoint, my goal is to get bus drivers,
People.
and we're looking at adding more bus drivers than we've got now, a couple more. If the state approves the Ranger thing, because we're probably gonna have to add a couple of drivers up there to facilitate that and make that time better. Now, you know, the crazy thing about it is there's kids all over this county that's putting in more time than that coming in, but we aren't closing their schools.
That's right.
So we just we'll add drivers, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, I was looking at too, this is something we've been looking at for a while. Our kids on, like Amy mentioned to me today, up in the Bulger area, up around that area, as well as up in that, you know, looking at adding as needed activity runs. So if a kid wants to be in a band, or they want to, you know, be an FFA or something like that, that we're not hindered by that. But looking at it as, you know, a minimum of 7 students. You know, because we obviously it's not fiscally responsible to run a bus, 33 miles round trip for one student.
One or two.
So looking at a minimum number of students but with some different drop offs, like for example, if you go up toward the Hearts area, if we could do a drop off at Ranger Pick Pack and a drop off at Hearts Pre-K8, because a lot of times, especially basketball season coming up, these parents come in, their kid plays a basketball game. They don't want to have to come from, Hearts to Lincoln County High School to pick them up to take them home.
Mhm.
So we're looking at after game runs, as a possibility. We'll just see how, what the need is. I just think that if we're really wanting to try to attract more students from that area or either of the two outlying areas, we need to make sure that we can entice them by saying, we're going to get you to and from, you just have to meet us at the bus.
Yeah, well, there's been bus proposals. Whenever the one school concept was coming in, it was promised to run express buses toward Alum Creek and toward Hearts. That never transpired. That didn't happen. With the vote that we took tonight, financially, we're going to be in better shape. Hopefully all of those kids will be coming to West Hamlin. We've got to do whatever we can to get them to West Hamlin and not to Hearts, because we'll lose them. But I think we've got some money to play with to work with adding a couple of buses on. I think we need
And even
quality bus
reconfiguring
drivers.
some of the runs that are currently there.
Yeah, we need quality bus drivers, and we're next to the last of all the counties in our area, pay wise. Talk about the hiring on bonus. Not a problem with that. You think you'll have a problem with the other service personnel if we single out bus drivers. I would be just in favor of just increasing bus drivers' pay. That's a specialist job.
Have to go through a lot.
Not saying it's less, it's more important, but it requires some
Certificate.
specialty.
Supervisor.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
The same thing.
Yes, we
yeah,
do.
I think we can do that. And I don't know. You all got a figure in mind? I can tell you the 3,000 you mentioned last week is not going to fly with me.
He said that if it's $2,000 bonus, it'd be about $10 a day roughly.
$10 a day.
Pretty close to what they're paying in Calhoun County, because I think you have to be able to pay around you. If you don't,
I do too.
it's a waste of time.
Yeah, you just lose them.
2,000.
I think that's a good figure.
Well, I think that is a reasonable
Yeah.
and a good figure.
That's $10 a day
Yeah, that's,
increase. After taxes, that drops down to probably $657.
but
But it's an increase.
Yes, it is.
And I think more than that, it's an incentive to hire drivers. We've got a need for more drivers coming up, and where are we going to find them? We might be lucky enough to find them. If we wind up keep suspending them, I don't know if we're going to have any more.
Competitive with the counties around.
It's
How many,
it's hard for us to do that.
How many
So-
classes does she run this year, Don?
I'd say, Mr. Barnett, if you would talk with Austin about the financial viability of that and talk with Leslie about it as well. And if you feel comfortable with that, I'm ready to put that on the agenda the next time. If you're not comfortable, we'll
We'll wait
discuss it
till next
more.
Well, I can tell you, right now, Austin's as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Yeah, but
Because
you know,
He's a
you-
money
you
person.
have
You
to-
be that way.
you've got to sort through that.
As what, to what we're gonna have
We
to,
can.
what we're gonna have to put out with the Duval project.
I understand that. I understand that.
Yes.
Well, there, you know, there seems to be a caveat somewhere that we could put in that that's our goal, and depending on what the Duval project looks like,
Kind of the same way we did with the incentive bonus. If it's not working, then pull the plug on it.
What's our transportation, what's our roughly the amount of money we get annually for transportation?
From the state.
Because you get reimbursement.
Yeah, there's,
So
you
much.
can get
95% of it back.
Yeah.
But that's not salaries.
No, it's
Salaries isn't
Yeah.
included.
just for maintenance and the bus.
Yeah.
Right.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Supplies, maintenance and
Yeah.
that kind of
thought
thing.
was,
So it's
if
not-
you're receiving enough of that, then maybe you could move some money around a little bit to pay for some salaries. If you feel like you get enough money from the State Department. to keep
To
your
do
bus-
together.
There's it's weird. The way they do transportation, it depends on what they call fleet value. What the value of your
Bus-
fleet is.
Yeah.
What bus you're
And then,
utilizing, correct?
yeah, the more the higher end buses you have, the more money you get.
Right.
So that we have to look at that too, and in terms of increasing fleet value. So let me have some conversation with Peggy.
Investigate that for
Yeah.
us if you would, and if you have that on the agenda at the next meeting, we'll talk about it and see if we can't move in that direction. You know, I feel good that we're, tackling a lot of issues and getting a lot of things settled and putting the county on good financial footing. So, just one more thing. All right. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah. Few weeks, I'd like to see the data of this.
He's gonna run a report for me,
Okay.
and based on last year's, now, I gotta ask this question. When did the trimesters end? I don't remember.
No,
It
it's not
didn't-
year before last.
It was your.
Okay, so we had a whole year of semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Austin's gonna run a report for me to see where we are versus where we were at this time.
Semester
last
doesn't
year.
end till about the middle of January.
Oh, I thought it was then.
It's the first week we come back, spring.
Christmas break.
Yeah, it's about January the 20th, something like
Mhm.
that. So, okay. If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn until November 21st at 7 PM at the county office. Now, are we at Guy Valley then, or
Yeah,
Yes.
we're over at Guy
Guy Valley,
Valley instead
yeah.
of here.
we'll
Okay.
be Guy Valley on November 21st?
I'm sorry? Oh, no, we told her,
Okay.
yeah, we changed it and told her to come here and present.
She's gonna come here.
Coming, so
Okay.
Yeah.
our meeting will be here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the meeting will be here Tuesday, November 21st, 7 PM. Do I have a motion?
I'll say.
Snyder, Burns, and the time is 7:56, 7:54. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
It's always a 5-0.
And we are adjourned. And